Hey everybody, it's Sonjdradeluxe, and today we tried new things. Probably gonna leave this one in the vault, but you know, sometimes you just gotta go for it, you feel me? So wanna see how to get this look and just watch a relaxing tutorial. Please stay tuned. It's a little crazy, but anyways, enjoy. Alrighty, we're back at it and we're serving what content? Hailll yeah. So I'm gonna go in with the Henriksen Banana Bright Serum, which I've been really liking lately. It's helping to even out and brighten up my complexion. It's really great underneath makeup. And then I'm gonna follow that up with some Sea Rush Double Gel Brightening Creme. Very hydrating, very delicious. Smells good too. This is probably my favorite primer. This is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. So it really boosts your skin's hydration. It's not oily at all. It's kind of a tacky feeling on the skin right when it's about to set. Then you apply your foundation. I swear it turns any foundation into a long wear foundation. So it's actually really good, but this really helps to make my skin's complexion stay even and look nice and smooth. Next up, we're gonna go in with the Beauty Blender Foundation. This is in 4.00W. I had to check myself right quick because I just haven't been getting tanned at all to make sure that I'm still matching everything. But anyways, blend it on the neck and we're gonna be a bronze medallion regardless. Next up with the Fenty Beauty Concealer. This one is in 220. I like a lighter one first just because I want to really have popping cheekbones and just a more sculpted face. So I'm putting it on the very highest points of my face, center of the forehead, very highest points of my cheekbones, tip of the nose, on the chin, and then I can go in with a concealer that's a little bit closer to my skin tone with a little bit of a peach undertone to it so I can still color correct because I do tend to get kind of dark under my eyes. But as you can see, just with the light, I still look a little bit sickly. So I like to do the light first so I can get the lightness and then taking a darker one. So this one is the 330 by Fenty Beauty, and I'm just gonna put that underneath my eyes where I have a little bit more of a cooler tone. So from my dark circles under my eyes, I also put it around my nose. It's allergy season out here, so I get a little bit red around my nose. Just gonna blend that all the way through with a damp Beauty Blender sponge. And I always like to go on my eyelids as well because I have freaking veins that show on my eyelids, so I always just keep it nice and even with putting a little bit of concealer on there. I like to flip my Beauty Blender around to the empty side and just get any foundation out of my eyebrows. Since I do my foundation with my hands, it tends to get everywhere. And next up, now this came in a Deck of Scarlet package, but it's a feathered brow pen, so I'm just using it to comb through my eyebrows. This was like the first time that I've used this before, so I was just kind of like playing around and experimenting because it's quarantine, so we got time to play. So I'm just combing the gel through to make my eyebrow hair stand straight up. Same thing on the other side. It's like a little comb with gel. I did find if you put too much, it will ball up into your foundation, so maybe do it before your foundation, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just combing out the excess and I'm gonna go in with a Kybrow pomade in dark brown, I think this is, and I'm just gonna do little swipies from the bottom row of hair, just kind of filling in any gaps. Again, I was just kind of freestyling out here, so I didn't really know what these were gonna turn out like, but I'm just working to fill in little gaps where my hair grows and letting that gel blend into the brow product so it's light. I'm really into the dark brow with really light, you know, hair. Come on, Khaleesi vibes. And I'm just extending the tail a little bit so I can have my straight brow because I like a lifted face. I want to look awake. I want to look snatched, so I'm pulling it all the way out close to my ears, you know. And I'm working in layers, so I'm just darkening it in little strips so that it kind of has hair stroke look, but I'm like, I don't know what's going on really, but I'm trying my best to fill it in. Usually you want to put eyebrow gel after, so maybe I'll do that next time, but the outcome was okay. I still had a little bit of a hard time trying to get my brows right doing it that way, but I do like that brow gel. I think it's awesome, especially for the days where I don't really want to be looking like I'm wearing makeup. It's nice just to comb them up because I'm starting to actually grow eyebrows, so that's noise. And then when you get it to the desired darkness, I just like to comb it through to get any little gaps and keep darkening wherever I need. Both are done and we're ready to be moving on. So I'm going to take a little bit of my concealer mixed with a bit of foundation and I'm going to start to sculpt the brows. Even though I did a little bit of a wispy look, I think just with how angled they are, it's nice to clean them up a little bit. You could leave the top if you wanted to, or I've also seen people just leave the bottom part and have that look wispy and the top look the top look nice and what am I thinking about? I got a brain glitch. Okay, what? Yes, nice and clean on the top and wispy on the bottom. Okay, moving on. So I'm just gonna blend it outwards. I've always been filling a straight brow, so I'm just obviously gonna stay true to that and keep it going, keep it moving. And I just like it because it totally lifts my face, and I'm just trying to raise that arch right there. I'm definitely gonna have to sculpt on the top a little bit because sometimes it dips just with the structure of my face. So once they're high enough on the bottom, I'm just gonna go on the top and smooth it out. I always like to mix my concealer with foundation when I snatch my brow because A, I don't like it too thick, and B, I like it to be kind of a closer color to my skin tone. Next up with my Morphe M572 brush. It's my favorite snatching brush right now. Basically kind of a sharp angle, so it's easy to drag it down the sides of your nose, but it's fluffy enough to blend it out. So I've been really enjoying that. And then I just bring it up right underneath my eyebrow to blend it in because I'll be putting a crease color in. I've also been scrunching my nose and doing a little turn up on the tip of the nose to kind of round it out and to make it more like button nose like, and also really shadowing underneath the nose, and it just makes it look turned up. You know what I'm saying? My new way to contour my nose, and I like it. Whenever I'm doing this, I put product where I want the most product so that it would be right down the bridge of my nose, and then blending it out, and then you can take a finger and just open up that space that you turned up a little bit, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Next up, I'm going to take that same bronzer, and I always like to start my contour in the crease of my eye just to kind of get my shape in, and I pull it out pretty far just to deepen, just to add the bronziness and pull it out. That way I can kind of sculpt my face. Believe it or not, doing this and pulling it out this far onto your cheek kind of makes your cheekbones longer. Not your cheek, your temples. As you can see, the other side looks kind of flat. If you pull it out in the same direction that you've highlighted, it'll make your cheekbones look more poppin'. So that's why I am a big fan of this step. And then it just kind of blends into your nose contour and everything looks together. If you do one step without the other thing might be more obvious, if that makes sense, but doing everything all balanced just makes you look like you've got pop-in structured bone structure. So I am a fan of that step. Next up, I'm going to go into the Huda Beauty Mint Obsessions Pastel palette, and I'm going to start with that little blue color in the top corner there, and I'm just going to flick that on all over. I don't know why I wiped off the first step, but I think I was trying to see how it's going to absorb in the oil. Sometimes I'll do that as I'll put it on and wipe it off to see how it's going to stick. But with brighter colors like this is when I'll do my contour last because I want to see if I need to touch up the concealer underneath. So I'm getting a little fallout, but I think it's because my brush is very stiff. I'm just kind of stamping it on over my lid to create a little space. This would be really cute if you did a little liner with it, very like retro kind of look. I'm just wiping away any fallout, and then I'm going to give it a quick blend. I want a nice sheer wash of that blue color, and I'm just really feeling pastels lately. If you do that bronzer in the crease of your eye too, it just helps any eyeshadow blend in because it's similar to your skin color or a deeper version of your skin color. It just helps for it to blend. I'm also going to hook in a little bit of a deeper color in the palette just to kind of angle it out, because that's what we do over here all the time. I'm just hooking it into my crease and then pulling it out to follow that shape we did a little bit earlier. So I'm almost cutting my crease where you can't really see the cut crease. All you're seeing here is just the shape. So I'm also layering on a little bit more of that lighter color in the inner corners just so it stays bright. I find with pastels or light colors like this, it works best if you let your oils on your lid absorb it and then pat over top of it again. I don't use a lot of eyeshadow primer, so this is what I like to do to make sure I get it all over the place. Next up with this Makeup Forever Aqua XL pencil. This is in like a pale yellow color. I'm going to fill in my waterline just as I thought it looked kind of cute with the blue, you know, and it matches my shirt. So I'm just filling it in. There's really no sexy or cute way to do this, but I decided to elongate the inner corners of my tear ducts too. I was just giving her, I guess, because my eyes are all watering, but you never really notice how you're beating yourself up till you see the footage after. But anyways, I'm also winging that wing underneath that line to kind of cut it out, and then I'm also pulling it into my lash line and drawing right onto the color of my bottom eyelashes to make my eyes look a little bit bigger. But I just thought it was again, we're freestyling. don't have any reason to be doing any of this stuff. I was just kind of like, let's just have a good time and see what happens. So this is what we did. Just my hair, I washed it and then I put it in braids and I undid it, and this is what it looked like. So I'm like, you know what, we're having a F-it day, we're just gonna try new things, and here we go. So I'm just touching up my concealer underneath my eyes, and then I'll just tap up a little bit more. Just sometimes I'll even do this before I'm finished my makeup because it just makes your under eyes look a little brighter. So just tapping a little bit under there to have the most dramatic highlight ever. Okay, now this is my dumb face. I was very upset. Now I'm gonna put on way too much bronzer because it wasn't recording when I was putting bronzer on. So in order to show you the steps, I did it again and it ended up being far too much. We like to be tan and we're not leaving the house, so I just wanted to show the bronzing process, but you guys have probably seen it a million times on my channel. I've never really stopped over bronzing. Anyways, I'm gonna take the Bobbi Brown shimmer brick in bronze and I'm just doing a light highlight. I think because this look is a little bit mo intense, I didn't want to go too aggressive with a bright highlight, so I'm using kind of the darker shades in it. I think I'm also realizing how freaking tanned I look in here, and it's a little ridiculous. But anyways, I'm just highlighting the inner corners of my eyes, and I'm definitely gonna have to bronze my body or something so this doesn't look super wild. I'm taking some of the Fetish Eyes mascara by Pat McGrath, and I'm gonna do a nice coat on the top, trying to be careful not to mess up the eyeshadow. This was one of those days where I was filming and everything was seeming like it was crazy, but I'm trying not to be so hard on myself anymore, and if I do a video, I want to post it. I have so much stuff that I've filmed and then I tear myself apart because it's not perfect and I don't post it. But now I'm just like, you know what, we're out here being content people, okay? So I'm bringing it out. I also put a little bit too much mascara on the bottom lashes, so I just combed it out a little bit with my eyebrow brush. And I'm gonna put the Miami Flare lashes by Lily Lashes, and I'm trying to put those on the outer parts of my lashes so my eyes look a little bit bigger. So I always try to line it up with the edge of my eye, and sometimes I'll even flip it up and glue it slightly off of the outer corner of my eye to change the shape of my eye. Well, this is what we're doing. It looks a little wild, but here we go. I'm gonna take the Ole Henriksen Sexy Pucker, Mother Pucker? I don't know, something about Sexy Mother Pucker. And I'm just gonna scrub my lips with it. I've been getting pretty dry lips and it smells like applesauce and it makes your lips very nice and smooth. Because I'm doing kind of like, I was going to do kind of a matte lip, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't gonna get all crusty. Take this Nars Lip Pencil. I will have to look up the name for this one because I can't find the lip pencil, but I like it because it's similar to my lip shade. Just gonna go around my lip line, and it kind of color corrects too, because it's got a bit of warmth in it, but it'll make your lips look bigger, which I think is what tripped me out about doing this lip, because I was like, maybe this is too much. And I took 1985 by Hank and Henry Beauty, and I just put that in the center. It's very similar, I feel like, to Myth lipstick by MAC, and but obviously I'm trying to support my Henry Boo. And I'm just going to blend it in a little bit. Let's see how we do. Now I'm going to take a little bit of a shimmer color in the Huda Beauty Mint Pastels, and I'm going to put that in the inner corners of my eyes just to brighten it up a little bit more and carry the color through. And I'm also putting a little bit on my lid to brighten it up a little bit. That's a good finishing touch for me to make it a little bit more bright. I'll usually just go in with my finger. So hold on a second. I thought that color was a little bit much because I went and looked in the mirror and I was like, okay, I over bronze like crazy. My hair is white and it's huge. A little bit crazy. So now I'm just taking the Presidential Lip Gloss by Hank and Henry Beauty. That felt a little bit more wearable for me. Feeling a little bit intense with everything going on. This is much better, although I'm not sure about the hair. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and follow. Love yourself. Stay pretty. I'll see you guys again in the next video. Hopefully I'll figure it out for a cute picture. You know what I mean? We'll see.